Okay, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I had to come to some understandings when my Pan-Africanism went away. Sometimes you have to let barbarians show you where the other barbarians are. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes you have to let the barbarians show you where the other barbarians are. So we were never immigrants to this country. We never wanted to come to this country willingly. Whether you believe that we are indigenous to this country or you feel like we came on boats or both, we're not immigrants to this country, okay? We're an admixture group, but the common element that makes us ethnic Black American, we're not willingly brought to this country, okay? The ethnogenesis that created us as ethnic Black Americans was not a willing participant in this situation. Everybody else who came to this country from European countries came looking to plunder, steal, essay, do all types of despicable things for free land, free labor, free women who weren't really free, if you get my gist. All types of just unspeakable things. So we can call them barbarians. They knew what they were coming here for. They knew they were coming to take over. A lot of them pretended to be a certain way. They pretended to be friendly. They pretended all types of stuff, made treaties that they had no intentions of honoring. Just read the history books, right? So as ethnic Black Americans, we really don't, some of us have that nature, but as a group, we don't really have that nature. We really just want to be left alone, and we actually, no matter what we say, we like being around each other. Now, we may not like being around degenerates, or we might get irritated with degenerates, but overall, we do like to be around each other, okay? Unless we're just on the raccoon train, okay? That being said, when we opened the doors and fought for everybody to come here, we assumed that the underdog thought and felt like us. We assumed that the underdogs, those who we fought to get over here, those who came over the border, who speak a certain language, those who come from other Caribbean and a continent across the ocean that's having a very difficult time right now, we assumed that they had hearts like us. However, barbarians told us who they were, because barbarians recognize other barbarians. Barbarians recognize other people who are trying to take over and exploit and steal everything that they built for, because they did it. They know what to look for. Just like a thief can usually spot another thief, just like a cheater can spot another cheater, a barbarian can spot another barbarian. And so what we made the mistake of, and a lot of Americans do this, is that we mistake the underdog for being a gentle, nice person that we need to protect. But sometimes the underdog is just waiting for their turn to become a barbarian. They just don't have the tools. They don't have the skills. They don't have the ability. They cannot be the barbarian yet. And what other barbarians who are on top know is that it is very easy for that person who is on the bottom pretending to be vulnerable and weak to easily turn into a barbarian and take over and collapse their situation, which is why ICE is now in play. And if you see what these people say online about America, all these people talk about how much they want to take over America, how much America was originally theirs and that it was stolen from them. And these aren't like the Native Americans, the Siberian Native Americans. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people from across the border that speak a different language. How this is theirs and they're going to take over. If you look at online, and I'm not talking about 20, 30, I'm talking about thousands of people saying, we're going to take over. It's our time now. And as ethnic Black Americans, that's what the other people said to us. Well, we're going to take over because you don't deserve what you have. That's basically what they're trying to say. Oh, you're lazy. You're this, you're that. Because basically what they're trying to say is you don't deserve what you have and we do. So we're going to take it from you. That's basically what's being said. And we were just so naive and such a compassionate people that we felt like other people were like us. And we're realizing we're like one of the few groups in the entire world that is a compassionate, humane group, that we actually care about other people. But other people are barbarians, and barbarians recognize other barbarians. So sometimes barbarians on top are a little paranoid because they're barbarians, and that's sometimes they're a little paranoid, and that paranoia keeps them alive. Um, but we got to listen to the barbarians that we've lived with for the past couple centuries on other people a little bit more. Not to the degree that we become like them, but they understand who's trying to take over. They understand who's trying to steal again. They understand who's trying to run them, like, because everybody pretends to like the white sea people, but in reality, if they ever got any power, they would completely decimate them, and they know that. They know that. Sometimes you got to let the barbarians tell you who the barbarians are, and sometimes you got to let barbarian groups fight amongst each other and step aside. Sometimes you can't defend people that you think these people really are good people and a good group of people and will have your back. But if you want to know how they really operate, go look at their home country. Go look at their home country and how they treat the people that are poor in their country, the people who don't have anything in their country. Go see how they treat those people in their country, and then you'll know whether they're barbarians or not. How they treat the poor people, the vulnerable populations in their country, tell you if they have barbaric minds. And then what we need to do is step back and let those two people work it out, because we need to let barbarians fight other barbarians. Now we need to make sure that we know how to protect ourselves and defend ourselves against things, which we have been doing. But we just need to step away and stop defending people that, if they ever got the chance, would treat people exactly how people are treating them. They would treat people exactly the way they're being treated by the barbarians that they complain about. They would become exactly like those barbarians if they had the chance. Exactly like them. And we need to stop defending it. Because it's like defending a snake that could put poisonous venom in a baby. Because we are trying to defend them against, what, an eagle or a hawk? Because we're like, oh, the eagle and the hawk is going to get the poor snake. And we defend the snake. We defend the snake. And then we turn around, the snake has bitten our baby and swallowed it whole. Just because something isn't a disadvantage, just because a group is a disadvantaged group, just because a group is struggling, doesn't mean they're not a barbaric group. This is not everybody at all. This is not every person. But look at their countries. They would absolutely repeat that because they don't even understand their own mindset. They don't even understand their own mentality. They don't even understand how it creates that. And even if they do, they don't have the discipline or the desire to not do it, because they want the power and they want the ability to treat people like, because they have some power issues. Let barbarians tell us who the barbarians are. And you better hope that the barbarians on top, that we're in a position where we understand them a lot better than everybody else. And that is one of our biggest wins, is that the biggest barbarians on the planet, we understand better than anybody else.